Mann has starred in some of the most popular comedies of the past 20 years, often teaming up with a writer-director who also happens to be her husband of nearly 20 years, Judd Apatow. Through a series of hit roles, Mann has made herself into one of the leading faces of comedy in Hollywood, a role she never imagined when she first started as a very serious, classically trained actress. I caught up with Leslie in Los Angeles, where she was briefly pondering a new direction for her career.
To do some kind of like action movie. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah.
Blood.
Yeah, I feel like that would just feel good to be like, to hurt people.
Wow, this got dark fast.
Hurting people as an action star certainly would be a departure for Leslie Mann, who spent the last 2 decades making them laugh in hits like Big Daddy.
It's not doctor stuff, stupid, it's common sense.
The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Knocked Up.
Fetch. All right, bring it back.
Playing fetch with my kids.
And This Is 40.
You look like a miniature Tom Petty. Looks like you put your Justin Bieber wig on backwards.
But Mann didn't set out for a career in comedy.
You kind of fell backwards into being a comedic actress.
Yeah, I studied at this place called Joanne Baron D.W. Brown Studio. Meisner technique, and you know, everyone takes themselves very seriously. I would go in for auditions doing like accents with like, you know, wigs, the whole thing. Like I really, and I'm so bad with accents too, just the worst. I remember people kind of giggling, like when I would do very serious scenes, and it really threw me. And then, you know, I just slowly kind of found my road.
That road began a bit south of Hollywood in Newport Beach, California, where Mann was raised by her single mother, a real estate agent.
When did you get the idea, I want to be an actress?
Well, I was very shy as a kid, so acting is my place to, you know, just be open.
Mann's first gigs were in TV commercials. Her first movie role was in the raunchy 1991 teen flick, Virgin High. But it was a part in the Jim Carrey movie, The Cable Guy, that changed everything for Mann, professionally and personally.
Maybe I should go.
No, don't go.
It was during her audition for that part that Leslie met her future husband, star writer-director Judd Apatow. This year, the couple celebrates a 20th wedding anniversary.
Can you confirm the story that's been told now for 20 years, that when you walked out of the audition, Judd turned to the other producers and said, "There goes the future Mrs. Apatow"?
Yes, sort of. He was doing rewrites on The Cable Guys, so he was reading Jim Carrey's part with all the actresses. It kind of makes him sound like he gave me the job when people repeat that story, and I'm always like, that's not the way it went. He was like a writer, and
he wasn't hiring the actors.
Exactly. Yeah. That always kind of annoys me, but yes, he did say to Ben, "There goes the future Mrs. Apatow." But I think he may have said that about Heather Locklear and like J-Lo too. When I first met him, he used to look at my mouth when he was talking to me, so he would just stare at my mouth like this. And I was like, "What are you doing? Where are you looking?" He's like, I thought I was supposed to look at your mouth to see like what you're saying. No, he was like such a weird, yeah. And now he's like a fully formed man.
It took you to make that happen.
It did.
Mann and Apatow's teenage daughters Maud and Iris have dipped their toes into the family business too.
Where do babies come from?
Has it been fun to incorporate your kids in this ride?
Be nice to your sister. You guys are going to cherish each other one day.
It was Judd's idea years ago. So he said, "What do you think about the girls playing your kids?" And I said, "I don't know if that's a good idea." He kind of distracted me like 2 weeks before shooting. He's like, "So we're gonna use the kids and it's gonna be great." And I'm like, like I had to go along with it. And then it turned out to be wonderful.
How's it then to have Maude off at college?
Yeah, don't do that. You could make me cry. Let's change the subject.
Oh, no.
You're like Barbara Walters.
Yeah, you know me.
Mann's latest movie is a dark comedy called The Comedian, in which she stars alongside some of the biggest names in Hollywood. She plays Harmony, a down-on-her-luck New Yorker who finds a kindred spirit in Robert De Niro's aging stand-up comic. Harvey Keitel plays her father.
I want to know what your expectations are here.
My expectations?
When you look at my daughter and the way she's looking at you.
I'm not looking at him. What are you talking about?
I have a whole story about, maybe I shouldn't tell this story though. Harvey is a Marine, plays my father in the movie, and he thought that my dad was a Marine. He's like, I want to talk to your dad because he's a Marine too. And then I told my mom, and she's like, no, he's not a Marine. He was a merchant Marine for like one summer. And maybe not even a merchant Marine. He may have just like cleaned the boats for the merchant Marines or something. And so every time I saw Harvey after that, I'm like, I have to tell him. I have to, because he would bring it up every time, like, your dad, Marine. And he gave me this special coin, like this Marine Corps coin that he's had for like 30 years. And I'm like feeling so guilty and wanting to tell him. And yeah, I still haven't told him.
You didn't tell him?
No, I didn't tell him. I'm scared. He might know. Now he might.
Now he knows. Yeah, and you kept the coin.
Yeah, I kept the coin.
Which is good.
Even as an established star of comedy, Mann insists she's ready next for that big action role, with the thespian's flair.
If you really want to punch it up, you can do it in one of your famous accents, too.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be great?
There it is! We got one!
It's so good! Get ready. I'm coming with my accent.
Thespian action star Leslie Mann. Judd Apatow, by the way, says Leslie is a great editor of his scripts, particularly helping to make his female characters stronger and better rounded over the years. And when we interview Judd in a couple of weeks, I definitely will ask him about staring at her mouth when she talked on those first dates. Leslie's film, The Comedian, is in select theaters now and opens everywhere this Friday. To hear what utterly terrified Leslie about working on the movie, check out our web extras at today.com/Sunday.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.